Hello, lacrosse friends. Welcome to Arena Lacrosse League action here at Children's Arena. I'm Steven Stamp, and this is a battle between the hometown Oshawa Outlaws and the Paris Riverwolves. Paris sitting at 7-2. Oshawa last night with a win moved to 4-6. Oshawa starting this game 22 hours after they finished last night, so we'll see how they hold up. Here's Patrick McCrory, certainly not looking like it's an issue so far. The save, though, made by Stephen Orleman, and here comes Paris the other way. Robbie Cruz, a recent addition to the Outlaws roster, will get the start tonight. That one's wide and gets up out of play. It'll be Oshawa possession. Last night, Ryan Schutzkowski with the win, so he's going to get a bit of a rest tonight. And we are playing 4-on-4 this evening, so the league continues to experiment with some rules. Gilray spinning off the check from Kobe Robinson. Tries to get to John St. John. It bounces away from him. Over to McNulty. Jeff McNulty, who took last night off to work on his beard. Look at that thing. It is lush. He actually had some other commitments, I think, but big night last night for many players. Brian Neufeld from St. Catharines, one of them, who had 16 points to set the Arena Lacrosse League record. But, I mean, John St. John had a goal and 9 assists. There's a save by Cruz. Luke Laskowitz had 8 goals. Josh Gilray had 4 goals. I think Alex Simons had 4 goals and 3 assists. Here's Laskowitz, leading the league in goals, thanks to that 8 spot last night. St. John has the ball stripped away. Jonah Beam just kind of one-hand poked it. St. John tracks it down, though. Laskowitz has to take it off the boards. Oh, and there it is, the sidearm rip, and Laskowitz gets rolling early tonight. A minute 36 in, it's 1-0 Outlaws. That was fast. I don't know. Beam and McCrory back to the dot. Beam pulls it back, and it's scooped up there. Connor Watson takes possession. Some pressure from McCrory. Hustling across the center line is Jordan Medeiros. That's Josh Medeiros on the far side. So they go 3 lefties. Shot by Jordan. Ball gets away from him. McCrory will track it down. St. John takes it. It's got Mike Vertoli on the far side. This is McNulty coming in, hands it off to St. John. Little pick, slips through. Josh Gilray had a big night last night. Pretty good switch defense, and Orleman makes the stop. Jamie McMahon moves it ahead. And this is Drake Smith setting up in the offensive zone, leaves it for Clofer. Josh Medeiros. Smith tried to scoop it up right on top of the crease. Couldn't get it. Strocher has it and whips it out to Henry Archie. He's going to go for a bit of a run. St. John through the wrap check attempt, the overhead of Hunter Agus. Young player, still has a couple of years of junior left. Trying to step up and play against men, will develop his skills. Nice save by Orleman. And that shot by St. John around the defender. And there's Agus with the outlet pass. Steps underneath. Has the ball stripped, but taps it ahead. It's almost grabbed there. It's going to be Gilray. No, he can't get it either. So Kyle Dawson will come up with the ball. And a rip from the outside. The reset leads to a goal from Connor Goodwin. We're all tied up 3.5 minutes into the game. Coaches tonight for Oshawa, Steve McCarthy, and assisting him is Ryan McCrory. He's getting over a bit of an injury, so he's taking a turn on the bench. And on the other side, Jamie Duberk and Chris Driscoll helping him out. Picked up by Beam off the draw. Quickly hands it off, and Connor Watson. Clofer came to pick him up, runs along the boards, and passes across. 3 lefties again for Paris. 6 forwards allocated. Oh, and a bouncer by Brett Clofer. So a little Clofer on Clofer violence as Brett shoots around Rob and bounces that one home. Gives Paris their first lead of the game. Laskowitz steps away from the pressure. McCrory over to Vertoli. Both the lefties just coming out. Vertoli fakes the shot, now goes up to McNulty, quickly on to St. John. Watched there by Curtis Hall. Moves across to the far side. Lasquez fighting through the check. Steps back. Bounces one. Stopped by Orleman. McNulty was hustling in to go for the rebound, but Orleman scooped it up. The pass gets away from Dawson. Then Ryan Nolan just waiting for his teammate to get to the bench. Dawson's lost his stick. Kicks it ahead to himself. Picks up the stick. Down on his knees for a moment. Still fighting for the ball. Great effort by Dawson. Nolan, at this point, you might as well just wait. Eventually, 5 seconds left in the 30, he picks it up, and Nolan will run up over center. Here's Gilray. Nolan stays. Both teams have a couple of guys who are coming up to play some forward shifts here and there. St. John tracks down his own ball, loose ball after Beam knocked it away, spins away, gets over to Gilray. And a shot from the outside. Gilray finds a mark. I think Orleman got a little bit of it, but not enough. We're all tied up. Beam pulls it back through. Snagged there by Watson. Tompkinson all over him. Tompkinson had a strong game last night. The Oshawa captain. Here's Medeiros off the bench. Takes the pass. Hard rip. Goes off a Crew's arm. No shot there, so the pass comes across to Drake Smith, who misses wide on the far side. We're going to have a pair of penalties. Goodwin gets that pass back eventually from Clofer. Going to spin off the check from Rob Clofer. There's the cutter. It's too high for Smith. Picked off. Mike Ribka on the run. He's got Strocher trailing. Strocher saying, come for the pick. Get some help. That shot doesn't get through. Straight back to him. Ribka thought about having to go again. Strocher slows it down. Ribka does rip that one from the outside. Stopped by Orleman. They got Drake Smith all alone up the floor. Opt not to use him. So McMahon will take it up across center. Smith pushes it up to Medeiros and gets it back immediately. Bertoli out on him. Penalty coming to McCrory after he took down Jordan Medeiros. Extra attacker out 5-on-4 for Paris. Down low. Nice catch. Medeiros is stopped, though, and Cruz grabs the rebound. It's going to be a holding call on McCrory. Penalty coming as McCrory left the box a little bit early. He's going to go right back in. Smith with a shot. It's wide. It's going to be over and back. Oh, must have hit someone. No, I guess it hit the goaltender. It's reset, and they pull their goalie for an extra attacker. So it's 5-on-4 here. 3 on the shot clock. Goodwin, hard shot. That's off Cruz up into the rafters. And it's going to be illegal substitution as McCrory went with 2 seconds left in the penalty. Mentioned last night, Oshawa playing the big 24-18 win over St. Catharines. And in that game, Luke Laskowitz with 8 goals, 2 assists. John St. John, a goal and 9 assists. Gage Board had a great game. Best game I've ever seen him play, and he wound up being rewarded with 4 goals and 8 assists. Josh Gilroy, 4 goals and 5 assists. So big night for all these guys. And Alex Simons, not playing tonight, had 4 goals and 3 assists. But right now it's Paris looking to capitalize on the man advantage. They're missing their top couple of scorers who would probably be out there on this power play. Cole Spear with 23 goals, 15 assists for 38 points. He's 5th in the league in goals. And Dan Keane with 7 goals and 24 assists. His 31 points certainly missed. Matt Lee and Eddie Renault also not here, so 4 of their top 5 scorers not available today. There's a goal, though, a lovely one by Drake Smith. Not worrying about who's not here. He's thinking about who is here. And he just tucks a little sidearm shot. Paris gets the face-off win. Interesting for Oshawa, they've got 151 goals scored, which is first in the all. They've also given up 162 goals, which is last. Here's a 2-on-1 break. Tompkinson, look at the hustle by Goodwin, coming back with the strip check. And it's out off Oshawa, and Paris is going to get the ball. Paris, meanwhile, with their 7 wins and 2 losses, they've scored 102 goals, which is 6th in the league. They're not a high-scoring team, but they've only allowed 93, second in the league. So Paris would have to be the favorites, but missing some of their top guns. We'll see. They came in and won a very impressive game against Whitby when they were missing some players as well. So they definitely have the next man up mentality. Here's a chance. McNulty to Vertoli, stopped by Orleman, who's been sharp. Beam crosses center. Clofer. Going to just let it fire from the outside. That's up and hits a rafter. Tompkinson on the run. He's going to just try and run by Clofer. Oh, Clofer actually strips him. Tompkinson turns and picks it up. Laskowitz is out there. 3 righties for Oshawa. Just John St. John on this side. He'll take it from Henry Archie. Jamie McMahon watching him. St. John gets clear, shoots. It's a little high. Went off of Paris and out of play, so it's going to be a fresh 30 for Oshawa. St. John will track it down. A couple of changes to the defenders that were out there. St. John bullying his way to the net, goes to McNulty after he opens some space. Illegal pick on Laskowitz. Paris gets it. It's thrown ahead to Watson. He couldn't pick the ball up. Goodwin's going to run a little interference for him. There for the pass. Steps around the check. Shoots. Oh, nice save, Cruz. Great play by Goodwin. Grabbed by Smith. He rips it up to the top to Watson. Fresh 30 for the Riverwolves. Smith, one-on-one with McCrory. Just enough of a push from McCrory to make that shot maybe go a little awry. The save by Cruz. Watson. McCrory loses his balance. Watson looking for an opening. Comes to his offside. 3 minutes to play in the first quarter. It's 3-2 Paris. That's going to be an illegal substitution as Drake Smith was heading to the bench. Looks like he's a little shaken up, and he slowed down, was walking. His replacement went out while Smith wasn't even across center. Beam, Watson, and McMahon will be the penalty killers for Paris. That's Gilroy back up to Laskowitz. St. John and McNulty on this side. Behind the back. Laskowitz had to reach for the pass. Caught it, though. Now he goes down low to Gilroy, who steps out to St. John. That's away from him. Can Laskowitz get there? No, it's going to take some spin. Oh, he does. He saved it back, but it's Jamie McMahon running onto it. It's a 3-on-2. Watson pulled up for a second. Now he goes over to McMahon, who's going to say, slow it down, let's kill some penalty time. Goodwin's just directing everyone to come back. Says, I'll take care of this. You guys go get some change in. Beam's already out. He's a defender, so he's going to go ahead and stay. McMahon will come out. And that's a holding call. Just not a great decision by Connor Goodwin to go for that wrap around with the one hand. You're often going to get that called, and wasn't really doing a whole lot with that forecheck, just trying to slow them down. Now, if Oshawa doesn't score here with the extra attacker, they will actually go to a 5-on-3. There's a shot that's stopped by Orleman. So with 47 seconds left in the original penalty, now Oshawa will add a player. So what we've been doing this year with the 4-on-4 games, usually is there's a penalty, the non-offending team adds a player. In this case, we did go down to 4-on-3. Now, because you can't go 4-on-2, we're going to add one, go 5-on-3. They'll leave the safety valve up top. It'll be Zach Tompkinson, the captain, and stick with Laskowitz, Gilray, St. John, and McNulty. Same penalty killers. Well, actually, Josh Medeiros is out there, so it's Medeiros, Beam, and McMahon. Archie watching Beam. He's going to change direction, and again. 3 Oshawa Outlaws on Beam. He's somehow hanging onto the ball. What an effort by Jonah Beam. There's Medeiros cutting back door. There's no way Beam's going to get a pass to him. He'll just flip it behind him. It's up off the concrete, off the brick wall. Here comes Henry Archie. 10 left in the first penalty. So Paris gets one player out. Well, they should have, they do have another one in the box. He was sitting down. Okay. Laskowitz as we are 5-on-4 for a bit. Tompkinson out there. Takes the pass, shoots it. Foot saved by Orleman. Comes out to Laskowitz, fresh 30. Still a minute to go in the penalty. Just under 40 to go in the first quarter. Gilray fires one. It's blocked. Jamie McMahon got it. Medeiros to shovel ahead. Can he get it through? Doesn't quite connect. St. John was hustling back. And Curtis Hall couldn't come up with the ball. Robbie Cruz does grab it. With 20 seconds left in the quarter, Oshawa will get a last attempt here. They're already on the power play, so they're not going to pull the goalie. Allows you to shoot whenever you see an opening you like. There's one for Laskowitz, but it's up out of play off of Orleman. Now Cruz is going to go to the bench, and they will put the 6th attacker out. Laskowitz lets another one rip. That was tipped. Heads up out of play. 3.3 seconds left. It's going to be again Oshawa's ball. They don't have long, so he's just going to step out and let one fly. Orleman makes another save, and we will go to the first quarter break with Paris Riverwolves leading the Oshawa Outlaws 3-2. I'm Steven Stamp. This is the Arena Lacrosse League. So we're starting the second quarter 4-on-3 for another 16 seconds. Oshawa does have the man advantage. Archie comes away with the ball. And Laskowitz taking his time to have someone join him. They're thinking about a quick shot. They're not going to get one. St. John down to Gilray. Backdoor. McNulty scores just as Goodwin was stepping out of the penalty box. Had Orleman been able to catch it, he could have sprung him for a breakaway, but great tap home on the tic-tac-toe passing. 3-3, just 19 seconds into the second quarter. And Oshawa's got the ball back. Clofer, watched by Goodwin, lobs it over to McCrory. You have to be sharp. Oh, it gets away from him, actually, under the pressure from Watson. And Clofer's knocked down. It gets clear of Robinson. And here's Tompkinson. Trail check. Great job by Robinson, who turned the ball over and then hustled back to get it away. Dawson coming off the bench, had to go high, got away from him. He's on his offside anyway. Smith tries to feed it to him. That's down around his waist. That's a tough pass right at your hip. Dawson hustling back to stay with Ryan Nolan. Nolan stays along the boards. Gilray. Nolan trying to open some space. Gilray's going to go far side. St. John, who thought about letting it rip, skip past to Nolan. He backs in, spins. Got 6 to shoot. St. John going underneath, loses the ball. He's going to go one hand, or either around the back or between the legs. Crease fire, or the 30 expires. Here comes Paris the other way. Watson. Medeiros from his offside just came off the bench, took the pass from Goodwin and fired it. Here comes Henry Archie on the run. Three righties. This is Vertoli. Laskowitz sets the pick. Gets the pass on the roll, and they're going to say Laskowitz went through the pick and through the crease, and was the first guy to take a pass. Breakaway chance. Goal. Nice pass ahead. And Hunter Agus with the precise finish. Early jump by Jonah Beam there, so the Oshawa Outlaws will get possession. McCrory takes it immediately ahead to McNulty. Finds Tompkinson. Back to McNulty. Tompkinson will stay as Gilray comes out, and it's three righties for Oshawa. McNulty isolated on the far side. Tompkinson catch the pass. Pretty good trail check by Jamie McMahon. Orleman made the save anyway. Beam across center. Dawson backpedaling and hands it off to Clofer. Dawson picked up immediately by Gilray. Josh Gilray, forward, stuck in on D, playing some very attentive defense. And Rob Cruz will just place the ball in the stick of Gilray. That's Pee-wee style. There's Gilray carrying it along the boards. Robinson on him. Vertoli is coming. Sets the pick. The roll was well played by Robinson. He's having a strong game so far, Kobe Robinson. Vertoli. 2 on the shot clock. He's going to spin and just try and get it on net. Robinson blocks it, and he'll get possession as a reward. Robinson running the floor. Clofer with pressure past center. You rarely see that. And here's Paris actually getting a break transition chance out of the play. Clofer now has it after his going high on D. He's going to run up on O. Little pick. They find St. John. What a catch coming off the bench. The save by Orleman, though. But what a catch. St. John coming a full head of steam off the bench, reaches back and catches it. Nice diagonal feed. And then the pass back, a tic-tac-toe play between Watson and Smith. And Connor Watson bounces one home. 5-2-3 for Paris. 11:19 to go here in the second quarter. St. John's pass doesn't connect. Orleman has it. He's got a man ahead. Agus already has a goal. Now he's going up with Watson. They'll switch sides. Tries to hand it off. Couldn't quite connect with Goodwin. Agus heads to the bench. Goodwin waits for the reinforcements. One more coming. It's Clofer. He takes a whack from Nolan. Sidearm rip. And Cruz with the save. Henry Archie over to Gilray. Gilray, hard shot far side, stopped by Orleman, who's sharp. Hall hands it off there, and Medeiros. 13 left as Paris really gets her offensive set going. Smith to Medeiros. Sorry, to Goodwin. It's knocked away. Clofer's going for a run. swim move. He's got Carson Stevenson with him. Strosher gets to the bench to get St. John out. Josh Medeiros has stayed up the floor, so Gilray staying with him. Makes it 3-on-3 up in the offensive zone, 12 on the shot clock. Laskowitz tries to feed it through, gets to St. John. Spins and shoots, low to high. Missed, shovel pass. Oh, what a chance, and a goal. Luke Laskowitz. Great pass by St. John, picking up his own rebound. So 5-4, Oshawa back within one with 9.5 to go in the half. Loose ball push. And Oshawa, Paris has it. There's a man up ahead, knocked away by Tompkinson as they tried to find Smith. Tompkinson ahead to St. John. Stopped Orleman. Nice save. St. John all on his own. Fakes the pass. St. John, the defending scoring champion, last night had some great chances, couldn't find a way to score. They eventually did get a goal later, but 9 assists, as we mentioned earlier. Now Oshawa is stripped. It's a 3-on-2. The trailers watch and they try and feed it through, and Agus took the pass and got the shot off. Nice stop by Cruz once again. Now here comes Clover the other way. He's got St. John off the bench. Passes it to him. Pretty nice play, but Orleman quickly across the crease. And that's going to be a back-in call. Oshawa will get it. St. John in the corner. McMahon, his opposite number 7 on him. McNulty trying to open it up. Kind of rolled to the outside. St. John's pass didn't quite connect. Laskowitz. Takes a check there from Hall, but got the shot off. It gets through to Orleman. Bump in the corner. McNulty knocked down. St. John just kind of hesitated because it looked like play was stopping. Then it was open. He just kept running. Went up with a behind-the-back chance. Didn't get it through. Here comes McMahon. Cruz. Oh, trying to connect with Archie, and that was a bit awry. Comes Wheeler. Takes the return pass from McMahon, who goes to the bench, and Wheeler will run it into the offensive zone. Dawson. On the one hand, reach out and touch someone defense from Laskowitz. Strosher can't handle that ball, so Dawson gets there. It pops out. Archie after, but Drake Smith will get there first. He went through the crease, and it'll be possession Oshawa. That pass doesn't connect, but it does go through to St. John. Laskowitz, backdoor to McNulty. Nice save, Orleman. Oh, no. Oh, Sam McNulty through the crease. So Parrish retaining their 5-4 lead with just under 7 to play here in the first half. I'm Steven Stamp. This is Arena Lacrosse League action here at Children's Arena in Oshawa. Catch all the games on the arenalacrosseleague.ca and the JVI Sports Network YouTube channel. Drake Smith fighting through a check that's going to lead to a hold. Gets a shot off the stop by Cruz, and it will be Mike Vertoli going to the box. So we'll go 4-on-3 in favor of Paris. We just keep on rolling here in the second quarter. Oh, my! And Brett Clover just kind of a nothing play. He's just out there, nobody really coming on him, so he just lets it rip, and what a rocket in off the iron. So power play goal just seconds in to the man advantage. Makes it 6-4 for Paris. They've got the ball off the draw. It's a 3-on-3. And we will take the media timeout with 6:22 to play. It's 6-4 in favor of the Paris Riverwolves over the Oshawa Outlaws. Josh Gilray starts with possession for Oshawa. We are 4-on-4. The score is 6-4 in favor of Paris. St. John to Laskowitz. Just gets it past the swinging stick of Jonah Beam. Gilray fighting through to try and set a pick, but Watson doesn't want to let him. Oh, and Laskowitz's shot. Orleman got a fair bit of it, but not enough. And it is in off the leg, 6-5 with 6:05 to play. Loose ball push on Oshawa. Paris will get the ball. Watson feeds Drake Smith. Tries to get it through to Medeiros. He does get the ball eventually. Up to Dawson. Good one on the near side. Both players follow the pick, or the player with the ball. Nobody followed the roller. Dawson gets it out to Goodwin. The 30 expires. Here's Tompkinson to St. John off the bench. Back to Tompkinson, the save by Orleman as he tried to go 5-hole. Tompkinson's not happy with himself. You know he didn't get that one where he wanted. Dawson will sprint over center and then slow it down. Wait for his offensive cohort. Big pick from Medeiros, and it's a goal. Medeiros just cleared out space, and the rip from the outside by Dawson finds its way through Cruz. So 7-5 the score with 5:05 to play in the first half. Here's a chance for Medeiros. Never took the shot, decided he didn't like the angle. Nolan all over him. Laskowitz and Agus racing to their respective benches. That ball gets up out of play. It's Paris possession. They've only got 2 players on the floor. They sent Smith out now. Now a third, but somebody else came off. They're just getting their 4th guy out. Medeiros to Drake Smith. His shot hard off the backboards. Straight out to Medeiros. His shot misses as well. That's a lot of guys on the floor for Paris. It's going to be Oshawa possession. McCrory gets it, shoots, bouncer, stopped by Orleman. Robinson going the other way. Medeiros watched by Nolan. This is Goodwin. Good communication for Strocher and Nolan, and good job limiting the chances here for Paris. Remember, working on the far side, they try to feed it to Klofer. It's going to be Medeiros going to grab it. Oshawa ball, Gilray gets it. St. John watched by McMahon. Little pick for McNulty. Thought about shoveling it through. Circles behind the net. Behind the back pass, Gilray can't handle it. 3.5 to go in the half. Orleman's outlet. Goodwin, nice stop by Cruz as Goodwin thought about the pass to Dawson and then took the shot as he crossed over the top with Dawson being covered. And they run down and score at the other end. Beam, great quick jump on that faceoff. Kicks it down to the end. Oh, Cruz throws it. He's left the net open. And boy, Robbie Cruz would like that one back. He's just going to lay on his face for a moment after the goal by Connor Watson. .305 to go in the half. It's 8-6. Paris is back up by a couple. Agus hustles over center. He's stripped by Laskowitz. And then Laskowitz knocks the ball loose. It's still on the floor. Laskowitz kind of kicks it across. I think we got a loose ball push called on Paris. And that's going to be a delay of game. That's going to result in a 4-on-3 power play for the Outlaws. Laskowitz and Gilray the righties, St. John and McNulty the lefties. We got Beam, Watson, and McMahon are the penalty killers. And McMahon knocks it down. Orleman reaches out and grabs the ball. Great first PK shift for Paris. Gilray staying up the floor, so we've actually got a 2-on-3 here. Paris is just going to stand back. Beam will let as much time tick away as possible. Nolan's okay with that. 10 on the shot clock. Klofer was starting to creep up, and his guys were telling him, stay back. Just one-on-one beam on Nolan. He's just going to try and keep him to the outside. Shot clock expires as he flicks the ball up, and Oshawa gets it. 1:18 left on the power play. 2:09 in the half. Again, make sure you follow all the action, the standings and stats at arenalacrosseleague.ca. St. John behind the back of McNulty. A couple of fakes, but Orleman didn't go for any of them. Just stood there and stopped the pass. So through the crease call on McNulty. Medeiros to McMahon. McMahon drives Ribka back. Stutter step. Still 45 on the penalty. Lobs it over to Medeiros. McMahon's going to go back to the defensive end because St. John is staying up there. It's going to be an over and back. And here it's Laskowitz coming in. St. John is there. McNulty comes out. Penalty killers this time. Be Curtis Hall at the top. You got Josh Medeiros or Watson. And McMahon. So they're all right. Got some of their preferred guys out. Fresh 30 on the reset. Laskowitz backdoor to St. John. Clutch up to McNulty. Loses the pass. Gilray will get it. 7 on the shot clock. We're into the final minute of the half. Now, are they going to shoot on the power play? Now, 2 seconds left. You got to wait till he comes out. Now St. John goes backdoor, gets away from Gilray, and they do have the chance for the breakaway. Oshawa, not a great approach, but they get a little bit of a break as Smith missed with the behind the back. Here's Strocher sprinting down the floor, gives it to Gilray and peels off for the bench. 30 seconds in the half, 19 on the shot clock at that point for Oshawa. St. John will rip one. Parrish is going to take a timeout. With 23 seconds to play, it's 8-6 for Paris, and we'll wrap things up for the half in just a moment. 23 seconds to play. The goalie's out. It's 5-on-4 for Paris in this 4-on-4 night. 15 seconds. They're going to wait for about another 6 or so. 10 to go. They start to move. Drake Smith takes it from Goodwin. There's the cutter. Dawson shoots one. It goes in, but it was an illegal pick. And the net is open. It's wide. And Paris is agitating for a penalty because Zach Tompkins was knocked down on the illegal pick. He actually had the defender's or the forward stick in his hand. He had both sticks in his hands as they lay on the floor. So they might have a point. I don't know. I'd have to watch it again. Anyway, 8-6. Paris ahead through 30 minutes of pretty good lacrosse here. It's the Arena Lacrosse League. I'm Steven Stamp. We'll be right back. All right, we're back underway. It's 8-6 for Paris, and they've got the ball. They're going right to left now in their black with the red trim. Kyle Dawson drops the ball. Gets it back. We are playing 4-on-4 tonight. There's a quick chance for Dawson. Stopped by Robbie Cruz, who for the most part had a pretty good game with that one rather forgettable moment on not the pass of his life. St. John takes this pass. McNulty trotting up with him. Again, playing 4-on-4. We are going 4-on-3 when there's a penalty. If there's another, it goes 5-on-3. And if another one, then we get a penalty shot just like normal. McNulty to Gilray. Vertoli comes to set a pick. Nope. He's going to take the pass, but he can't catch it. It's a break opportunity. Wheeler sprints the length of the floor, and Oshawa does a pretty nice job getting their D out. The forwards all sprinting to the bench. So there's no chance for Paris in transition. I'm Steven Stamp. This is Arena Lacrosse League action here at Children's Arena on the lovely blue turf. Hard shot from the outside, but clear view for Cruz. He stops it just too far for Nolan. Steve McCarthy, the Oshawa coach, not happy about that. He wants a little better ball security from his team. Doesn't mind pushing the pace, but you got to know you got that pass. Nolan looks around, hands it off to St. John. St. John underneath, wide open lane. The stop by Orleman. I'm sorry I'm laughing because St. John, I ran into him in the lobby at halftime, and he said his stick's hooking. He said, my stick's a good passing stick. All the passes are going right where I'm aiming. He says the shots aren't hitting. Of course, he had a goal and 9 assists last night, so it's backed up by the stats. But think we might see him pot a couple here. Kloepfer. Fancy pass, doesn't get through though. Curtis Hall on the run. Watson's there, takes the pass. They're going to slow things down. He's on his offside, nobody with him. Gives it to Dawson. .15 on the shot clock as Paris gets into their offensive set. Medeiros gets a pick from Dawson. Oh, behind the back, nice attempt after he was kind of grabbed on the cut through off the roll, but caught the pass and got the BTB. St. John can't get the original pass, but he does go and track it down. St. John's shot off the backboards and up into the rafters. Beam will start with it. A little forecheck pressure, St. John. A simple roll over to McMahon, heads up play. Goodwin comes near side. Drake Smith watched there by Kloepfer. Dawson, Nolan all over him, pushing him out. 8 on the shot clock. A little pick. Good two-man D by Archie and Nolan. Archie's still on him, and then Strocher swoops in to grab the loose ball. That's a nice defensive set by Oshawa. Here comes McNulty in the offensive zone. Watched there by Agus. Agus having himself a strong game. That one little error he made mentally earlier. Nice catch by Laskowitz. The dummy pretending it wasn't coming, then grabs it, but well defended by Watson. He goes to the net. Oh, McNulty tried to just swat it in, tennis racket style, but it was stopped, and that pass gets away from Agus. Penalty coming to Oshawa. It's going to be an illegal substitution. So a 4-on-3 power play for Paris. Penalty killers are Tompkinson, McCrory, and Kloepfer. Righty Smith and, it's picked off. Oshawa on the run. Tompkinson's ahead. Nice job by Kloepfer to get back. Some forecheck pressure there by Goodwin. And that pass to nowhere is going to be a turnover. Paris back to the offense on the power play. Dawson and Goodwin, the lefties. Dawson down in the crease. Kloepfer to Goodwin, gets it back. There's Dawson, facing behind the back, goes back up to Goodwin. Active D, and then Cruz just drops on the ball. Long outlet pass to Gilray. Great chance in the save by Orleman. What a pass. Who was that? It was Rob Kloepfer. Glorious pass and a nice catch on the run by Gilray, but the stop by Orleman renders it moot. Wheeler getting to the bench to get the fourth attacker out. Still a minute on the power play. Saved by Cruz. He is really getting into his rhythm as this game goes along. Hadn't played much. Only played one game last summer. Hasn't really had a chance to play. Was with the Toronto Monarchs for a couple of years. Cruz goes down early, but that one hit a defender out front. Never got to him. Medeiros to Smith. His hard shot low was stopped. Tompkinson has it. He's on the run. Great job by Kloepfer just to get in the way. And it's one-on-one. Oh, a lot of good things by Zach Tompkinson there. The shot, not really one of them. It's going to be an illegal cross-check call. So 3-on-3. If you like space on the floor, this is for you. 17 seconds on the 3-on-3, then Oshawa will go to the power play. If they wait till they go to the 4-on-3, they'll have about 8 seconds, 9 seconds to work with. So they've got McNulty ready to race out and join the offense. Bounce pass to St. John. Bertoli goes to the bench, and I think they're actually going to get the shot off. St. John gets it, but they missed. The 30 will expire as he fires that shot. And McNulty never came on the floor. They just let the defender Ribka go at the other end. And they'll fight to get the ball back and then go to their power play advantage. Conservative play, pretty smart one. Goodwin, shovel to Medeiros. Stevenson's up on Medeiros. 10 on the shot clock. Behind the back pass, tries to get it through to Smith. It's not going to get there. Henry Archie will track it down. He's going to push the pace. Now he'll slow down. A minute left on the power play. Lots of time. Gives it to Laskowitz, and they set up. McNulty heads low. Here comes St. John high on the left side. Laskowitz and Gilray. That's Beam with Watson and McMahon, the penalty killers. Backdoor, quick stick. Just like that, McNulty to Gilray, back of the net, power play goal. So it's 8-7 Paris with 8:16 to go here in the third quarter. After that power play goal, Tompkinson gets it, and he's driving to the net. 2-on-4, he'll peel out. That's the discussion point, I would say, for this. The 4-on-4 approach, and if you go to the 4-on-3 power play right away, 4-on-3 is such an advantage for a team that it's really a tough one to stop. That shot's off a defender and out of play. Fresh 30 Oshawa. So do you like it? Do you like having that advantage? It definitely penalizes teams more for penalties. So you got it. It emphasizes discipline. Is it too much of an advantage? I don't know. I'm not hating it. Up to McNulty. St. John fakes the shot. Behind the back pass, gets through to Laskowitz. He peels out. Beam with the big whack. Tell you, earlier today that was a penalty. Now there's going to be the holding call on Beam. He hands off the face-off stick, grabs his playing stick, and heads to the box. So 7:31 to play in the third. Next stoppage, other than a goal, we'll have the media timeout. It's 8-7. Oshawa with a chance to tie it up. Laskowitz at the top of this ball in the stick, and he's adjusting the head. St. John, same penalty power play. And a goal by McNulty 9 seconds in. Didn't even have a chance to tell you the penalty killers who were the same, except Medeiros comes out, of course, for Beam. And Beam's going to switch that stick right back. We're all tied up again. 8-8. 7:21 to go. We should be getting our timeout. Tompkinson with Beam on him. Heading to the net. Open space. Passes it across. Nice play. Oh, Vertoli stopped, and Orleman jumps on his knees, pops up and cross-checks Vertoli. Didn't like him venturing through the crease. St. John trying to get underneath. He does it. Oh, what a shot. John St. John. No hook on that one. Beautiful touch shot to the far corner just inside the post after the duck underneath. Dawson had it for a moment. He gets it back. Archie all over him along with Klopfer, and they will get the ball. Dawson and Klopfer tangling up. Penalty coming to Paris. Back behind the play, behind the net. Ahead of the play, I guess. Archie takes the pass, steps out, shoots right in the face of Orleman. He swats it away in frustration. Slashing call coming to Medeiros. Oshawa on a run. They've come up 9-8. They're going back to the power play. Cruz still strolling back to his bench after getting a quick drink, or back to his crease. Underhand shot by Gilray, stopped by Orleman. Jamie McMahon's going to go for a run, then lob it ahead. Nice play by McMahon. Not a young player anymore. I mean, he's not old, but he's a veteran now. Still one of the smartest players you'll find in the cross. St. John lofts one ahead to McNulty. It's a 2-on-1 with Gilray. McMahon is back. Pass back, back and back. Oh, Stephen Orleman. What a robbery. Great save. Gary, clip that one and send it off to TSM, will you?
I just got to get rid of the netting. Are you ready to photo edit?
We'll put that in with the goal from earlier in the day where Cam Milligan passed it off the back wall on to himself and then put it in. The goal of the day and the save of the day. Laskowitz, 1 minute left in the power play. 9-8 Oshawa, 5.5 to go in the third. This one's going by pretty quickly. Laskowitz, underhand pass. Gets it back from Gilray. No, they go to St. John. Fakes behind the back, low to Gilray. Caught it, wasn't sure he had it, so he double clutched. Comes in, shoots, that one's wide. McNulty will grab it. They've got 7 on the shot clock. McNulty and St. John invert. He's going to rip it. That one's wide. Gilray's got to shoot. Oh, no, he doesn't. Backdoor, buzzer beater, John St. John. That is a beautiful display of offensive power play passing. Beam and McCrory The Outlaws are on a roll, but the Riverwolves have the ball, and Drake Smith running towards the net. Oh, what a lovely goal. Drake Smith just protecting the ball in his stick brilliantly as Clover trying to check him, and then just basically in one hand throws the shaft of the stick back to the right hand, so he's got two. And Carson Stevenson pulls it out to himself, grabs it in the stick, and then throws it straight to Drake Smith. So it's a 2-on-1 for Paris. And a save by Cruz bails them out. Not great ball security, but they get away with it. And Archie looked at Tompkinson, who's looking around. Now he makes the pass. Gilray's down there. Sorry, Laskowitz. He'll take the pass, and Tompkinson goes to the bench, as does Archie. 15 on the shot clock. That one's off the post. I didn't quite see what the call was, but Oshawa is going to get it back. McNulty to St. John. Tried to thread a pass through. That was tipped and then picked off. Here comes Curtis Hall. St. John back on D, watching him. Gives it to Dawson. It's a one-goal game, 10-9 after the lovely Smith goal. Some beautiful goals here in the third quarter. The St. John one ducking underneath. There's a shot and a save by Cruz. The tic-tac-toe power play goal. St. John heard footsteps. Clover coming and dropped the ball, and Clover grabs it. 4 minutes to play in the third. It's 10-9. Paris going to try and tie it back up. Clover gives it up to Medeiros. Oh, he goes underneath. Nice recovery there. I'm going to find who that was for you. That's Strocher. Yeah, Jake Strocher with a nice defensive play. That shot's wide. Clover's got a rip one. He scores! 2 seconds on the shot clock as Clover's outside sidearm eludes Robbie Cruz. It's 10-10. All right, 10-10. We're back underway. Paris with possession again. Oh, and they just throw it away. So the over and back will lead to an Oshawa possession. Orleman very gentlemanly hands the ball to Matt Chamois, who flicks it ahead to McNulty. St. John is with him. They go to the far side. It's Gilray. He's got Laskowitz inside, steps around the screen. Blocked and caught. What a play by Hunter Agus, who's on the run, throws it ahead, and runs up for the 2-on-1 with Watson. Oh, probably good decision to shoot, but the stop by Cruz. Agus goes down along the boards, and Nolan strips him, takes it, and runs up. It's 2-on-2. Vertoli's trailing. Give it to him. Oh, he drops it. And that's going to be a turnover and a 2-on-1. Actually, it's a breakaway for Agus. Another save. Boy, Hunter Agus having some good chances here, but Robbie Cruz has made some big plays when he's had to. McCrory on Dawson. There's some slide help from Ribka. It's handed off to Drake Smith. Goodwin sees a lane he likes. Tries to pull it down. McCrory on him. Strocher, great slide help. Boy, Jake Strocher's playing well here in the third. Cycling. Slips through, passes it up to Dawson. You hear Oshawa yelling moving. They want a moving pick. They're not going to get it. And Paris will get the ball back as that ball's off Cruz and up out of play. Smith. Boy, he's easy to spot with those green gloves. Pass across, a quick release. But Medeiros couldn't find the spot. Now Carson Stevenson tries to get it. There's Drake Smith. Back behind the play. Nice save, Cruz again. Oshawa's yelling crease, but I didn't think Goodwin went through. The ref was right in position. Medeiros will slow it down. Little pick for Medeiros. That went off a defender and straight back to Smith, who gets another shot. Cruz was on his knees, well, one knee and 1 foot, kind of off balance, but still was able to get in position for the save. Here comes Laskowitz. He's got Gilray running with him. No lefties yet. And Laskowitz with the early shot almost caught Orleman off guard. I think just overruns the rebound. Pretty nice little play by Curtis Hall. It's really coming on in this game. Shoots for the far side. It's up out of play. Minute 15 to go in the third of what is really becoming an exciting lacrosse game here. St. John with it. Laskowitz shot, stopped by Orleman. Just flicks it up to Beam. He's got some space to run. To Dawson, now he'll run to the bench. For any of you who have been following the black mesh research I've been doing, which is probably nobody, but I have been looking to see what people think of black mesh and whether it's easier for a goalie to spot. Great strip check by Clofer, and then through the crease call. 43 seconds left. I've talked to a few goalies. Basically, they've said it's not a big difference. I thought it would be a lot easier for the goalies to see and maybe give them a little edge. They say, you get used to seeing it in the white mesh too. St. John's shot up and out of play. 29.8 left, which means Paris can pull the goalie Orleman and take their time setting up the 5-on-4. Slowly getting their offense out. No rush. They're not going to shoot to the last couple seconds anyway. 14. Goodwin to Smith. Goes in, shoots. Stopped by Cruz. The rebound, scores. Okay, the shot early and it worked out. As Watson grabs the loose ball, nobody on him, and he tucks it home, 6.2 left, and it's 11-10 for Paris. And nobody's going to get possession off the face-off, and Clofer swats Agus, who takes a peek at him. Nothing will materialize, and we'll go to the third quarter break with Paris up 11-10 on the Oshawa Outlaws. I'm Steven. Here we go, fourth quarter. 15 minutes or so to play. Oshawa with the ball. They trail 11-10. They're going for a tying goal right away. St. John's stopped by Orleman. He's in the crease. He can't play it. He's just going to stand there. Tries to check Beam, but Beam protects it well. Passes it ahead. Here is Watson, who I believe scored the last goal in that third quarter. It was credited to Kyle Dawson, but Commissioner Paul St. John is pretty sharp. He picks those up. He goes through and checks everything. I've watched him. He sits there and goes through every play to make sure they get all the goals and assists right. So I have utmost confidence he'll sort that one out. It's also possible I'm wrong. St. John across to Gilray, rips one. Save, but it pops back out to Vertoli. Nobody can grab the ball. It's Gilray will get it off the boards. Behind the back pass, Vertoli has to track it off the boards. Started to come away, didn't have it. Agus, but it's picked up by Gilray as Agus tried to check him. Gilray reverses direction. Kobe Robinson on him. That shot's wide. And Agus will take the ball. Gets the pass through to Goodwin, who's trying for a little reverse whip, but Clofer may have knocked it away. That pass doesn't connect. It's going to be Goodwin getting it. They've got 20 to shoot. He's got some space. Oh, steps around Clofer coming. A nice shot. Now a penalty. Power play, Paris. Goodwin over to Smith. There's Clofer, who's hot, but he's stopped there by Beers. Nolan comes away with it. McCrory and Tompkinson were killing the penalty with him. Tompkinson's still out. Oh, what a rip by Ryan Nolan, who just runs the floor. The defenders split, take the two guys coming with him, so Nolan just winds up and buries it. McCrory and Beam once more onto the breach. Beam pulls it back. Here comes Watson. Remember, Paris still on the power play. Archie out there on the penalty kill with Tompkinson and McCrory. This is Smith. Backdoor pass behind the back. Clofer's shot stopped. Pretty nice check by Archie, crashing down on Clofer to affect the shot. Oh, and Robbie Cruz. I know he had a 4-second count to consider, but it seems like he may have rushed that one just a little, and Paris has the ball back. Reach around shot by Dawson, stopped. Archie fights up. Boy, Henry Archie is getting better every game he plays in this league. He is having a solid effort tonight. He's getting rewarded with the faith in him to go out and kill penalties, play some pretty big minutes. Laskowitz on his offside, watched by Wheeler. 14 on the shot clock, still 45 on the penalty. Laskowitz fighting through. You can hear the bench in Paris saying, cross-check him, 2 hands. Don't let Laskowitz through. He is so dangerous. 8 goals last night. He's got a few today. One more possession on the power play. for Paris. Remember, Ryan Nolan has a shorthanded goal on this penalty. He's out there with Ribka and Tompkinson, but they're not going to stop them this time. Kyle Dawson taps home the quick stick on the back door. White mesh or black mesh makes no difference when the ball's in and out of your stick that fast. "12 minutes to play, 12-11 the score for Paris. Watson has the ball, rolls it across. Clofer thought about going for it, but realized he was vulnerable underneath, so he lets Goodwin catch it. Smith shoots. Nolan had trouble picking it up, but he does persevere and get it. It's a swat on the hand. Runs ahead. Nolan having himself a pretty good game here. St. John. Laskowitz hands it off Gilray over to St. John. Kobe Robinson fights through, gets picked a little, and St. John's shot is stopped. Orleman, no rush to pick it up. The count was on, though, so he has to pick it up. That's one that came up earlier in the season in the NLL, and both leagues paying attention now when a goalie makes the stop, that you can't just leave the ball sitting there and hover over it. The count will start. St. John takes down his man. Yeah, that's the penalty coming eventually. Had to make the call at some point. Beam hovering over the draw, and it's Goodwin will come up with it. 13-11 lead with 10:37 to play. And Goodwin has a chance. Save off the shoulder of Cruz up out of play. It'll be a fresh 30. Paris is going to get the ball. Goodwin starts with it. Oh, he's all alone, but Clofer strips him. And sorry, this is Rob. Brett is on the other side. They are cousins, just so we're clear. Who came out with it? It's Goodwin. And you hear Steve McCarthy, the Oshawa coach, yelling, "Win a battle." He wants his guys to be a little grittier on those loose ball plays. Gets over to Smith. Tompkins on him. He gets in close and stopped. McCrory gets the ball, watched by Medeiros. Long pass, just a little too much for Tompkinson, and Orleman will haul it in. Not a bad idea. Here's a 2-on-1 chance. Oh, and Dawson sets up Medeiros, who rips one just inside the post. Medeiros, the only top 5 scorer on Paris's team. Who's Carson Stevenson for Oshawa up against Jonah Beam. It's 14-11 with 9:44 to play in the fourth. And this is where you wonder if playing last night, even though they won 24, playing the game last night, if Oshawa is a little tired. A lot of guys playing their second game in a 23-hour period. See what they've got left in them as they trail by 3 here in the fourth. Medeiros. Watched by Nolan. Hard shot by Brett Clofer. Rob Clofer. Brett Clofer. Oh, my goodness. This is Kyle Dawson. Watched by Nolan. Behind the back pass. Didn't quite connect. Medeiros trying to reach into the crease to get it. Cruz ahead to Archie. He's got St. John off the bench. Catches it right in the face. Had to release quickly and couldn't quite get it where he wanted. But St. John causes the turnover. Pass to Archie. Oh, just misses the net. He had him. Archie absolutely had the spot he was looking for on Orleman. Just couldn't hit it. Goodwin. Over to the far side, Medeiros, the only righty, steps back, hands it off to Goodwin. And now they've got Smith out there, get their second righty. Little pick from Medeiros for Goodwin. Oh, what a defensive recovery by Carson Stevenson. And they're calling through the crease. I don't quite understand, because through the crease is for an offensive player. Unless it was back in. You can go through your crease on D, so I'm not sure what the call was. Anyway, Paris gets it, but Oshawa gets it back quickly. 2-on-1. Ribka coming up with Nolan. Pass isn't there, so Nolan's going to slow it down. St. John off the bench as Stevenson gets to the bench. McNulty to St. John. Gilray's at the top. They're going to go for the cutter. No, Vertoli was covered, so they do go to Gilray. 5 on the shot clock. McNulty. Oshawa being patient, maybe a touch too patient as the 30 expires. Smith is going to run onto it with Watson. It's a 2-on-1 on McCrory. Oh, nice pass. Nice goal. That's just some solid 2-on-1 lacrosse. McCrory didn't play it badly, but Watson played it perfectly, and Smith with the emphatic finish. Beam and Stevenson's Beam pulling it out. Tompkinson grabs it. It kind of gets away. Oh, he thought he had it and then lost it. He's trying to check Watson. Three-goal game, 6:40 to play. Beam will hand it off to Dawson. Can't quite connect with Dawson. Tompkinson. Thompson and Clover getting into it behind the play. They're still chatting. Tompkinson rips it. I think somebody got on him. Wheeler maybe a bit on the stick. Made the save easier for Orleman. Here comes Hall. He's checked by Clover. And Paris will slow things down. Coming up to the final 6 minutes. Paris up by 3, 15-12. I'm Steven Stamp. This is Arena Lacrosse League action at Children's Arena. We're going to check out all the games on JVI Sports Network's YouTube channel. Oh, picked off. Clover gets it. Nobody's running. So he's just going to take off on his own. 4 Riverwolves in the zone. He'll just roll it across, bounce it. Oh, and they get a bit of a break. It wasn't almost picked off. Oh, what a catch, St. John. Just misses on the far side. Wow, that was a great play by John St. John. He's had a few of those catching on his way to the net. He just hasn't been able to convert. Ribka with the whack on Clover. He'll just back away and slow things down. 5:20 to go. Oh, there's a chance. Smith floats the pass through to Clover. As he's going to the ground, he's able to dunk it home. Another possession for Paris. Oh, great job by Archie to knock that down. Bounce pass to Smith on the far side. Sidearm shot, low to high, Medeiros, and Paris is on fire. They go up 17-12 with 4:48 to go. The Riverwolves starting to run away a little bit. Ryan Nolan out to take a draw against Jonah Beam. Beam clamps, pops, right back to Watson. Hands it off to Smith. Goodwin to Medeiros. Clover takes it, nobody on him. And Cruz has to bail them out with a save. Oh, Oshawa had to play her up the floor. It's Laskowitz. If they can get the ball, they're in good shape, but they don't. So it's a 4-on-3. That's a risk. It's going to play off for them as it's a breakaway chance. It's basically a penalty shot for Laskowitz. The save, he gets it back, and Orleman just started throwing stuff at the ball that time. The stick, the glove, toss it all. He wasn't going to stop it. Laskowitz buries a bouncer. It's 18-13, and the Outlaws are definitely, not to make an excuse, definitely looking like a team that played last night and are a little tuckered. Just a little more energy for Paris. It's not an excuse because Paris is taking advantage of the situation they have been put in. They are playing very well. Speaking of playing well, Connor Watson, what a game this kid's having. And Drake Smith has checked into the bench. Oshawa's going to get the ball. I'm not sure what the call was. Here's a chance for St. John. Hard shot goes off of Orleman, and it'll roll all the way up to Gilray. Oshawa with another chance. 3:22 to go. Fresh 30. Laskowitz comes off the bench. Was he really thinking about shooting that? Huh? You never know. He can score from there. He can score from pretty much anywhere with that shot. He's going to set a pick for Gilray. The roll, well defended. So Gilray's just going to have the shot to take. And we have the media timeout with 3:05 to go, and Paris up 18-13 on Oshawa. We'll be right back. It's ALL at Children's Arena. Paris with the ball and 3 minutes to play, a 5-goal lead for the Riverwolves. Goodwin down to Dawson. Drake Smith, nice backdoor quick stick. The pass from Dawson buried by Smith. He's having himself a pretty big game. Beam just rolls it back with his foot like a scrum half, and there's Connor Watson, who has about 73 loose balls in this game, and Nolan's going to take a penalty. It's going to be an illegal cross check as he banged Watson into the boards. Watson's getting up, looks like he's okay. A little shaken up. He's been in yeoman service today. And with 2:43 to play and a 19-13 lead, Paris is going to the power play. Smith and Clope for the righties. Goodwin and Dawson again the lefties. It's Archie, Strocher, and Clofer. They go backdoor, up to Clofer, fakes it. Quick stick, or backdoor, he doesn't take the quick stick. Clofer's going to rip it, and that's a goal. Nothing quick stick about that. He double clutched, made sure he had it, and then just ripped it home. Big game for Clofer, and it's 20-13. Smith to Medeiros. That one deflects off a defender straight to Smith, who gets to Clofer. His shot bounces out. He'll just ward the area off. Let Smith get it. Backdoor to Dawson. Nothing there that he likes. Up to Medeiros. Pretty good movement. 25 seconds. 15 on the shot clock. Well, they go down to Smith, back up to Clofer. He'll shoot with 3 on the shot clock, and Parrish is going to get the fresh 30, and they'll be able to just kill this last 7 seconds. They're not going to advance to the net. The final score will be the Parrish Riverwolves 20 and the Oshawa Outlaws 13. Strong late-game run for the Riverwolves moves them right in lockstep with the Whitby Steelhawks at the top of the Arena Lacrosse League standings. Thanks for being with us, lacrosse friends. I am Steven Stamp. This is the ALL here at Children's Arena. We'll see you next time.